Hi guys, Nicole from Horizon. We're going to take a look at the tissue culture plants today. We've got lots of them, so we're going to pick a few and get started on how we prep our plants. So we're going to get started with our first plant, Elaeocharis pusilla, a small carpeting plant. So we'll open it up, we'll move over to our juggers and rinse it off. And the reason for that is because it's got lots and lots of nutrient liquid, or sometimes they're gel. So we'll rinse all that off in there. And then that leaves us with a big clump of plant. So normally I start by just tearing little pieces off at the end, and that gives us a nice small portion. And then I quite like to, with this plant, flatten it out into a line and just keep tearing little pieces off. Nice small portions is good, because then you can dot them around and you've got plenty of room for growth. It's also good to have a plant prep tray, so that you've got somewhere to put all your little pieces and keep them handy for when you're ready to plant. So you're not going backwards and forwards all the time. So that's around about what you get out of one pot of tissue culture when it comes to the hair grass. It's quite a chunky portion. Now we've got another example. So this is Staragine repens. It's a mid-ground plant, or they say it's a front plant to be fair, but I like to use it as like very close to the front or mid-ground. So maybe, for example, behind Monte Carlo carpets. They look quite good there. So same again, we're just going to take it out the little pot, give it a good rinse, get all that nutrient liquid off there, because that could be too potent. So as soon as it goes in your aquarium, it's going to start causing some issues really. So rinse it off. This one's nice and easy. So this kind of almost falls apart, you can see, into little clumps. You can do little individual stems if you want to, or you can leave them in clumps. So that's like an individual stem, or if you wanted to do small clumps, which to be fair I do prefer, a little bit better for coverage. Just let them sort of fall apart naturally and tease them a little bit, and then you're not going to cause any damage. That one just wants to fall right to bits, so they're little individual stems. You can see on each stem as well that there is root structure to each piece of it, which is good. So even if you wanted to plant one tiny little piece, you're going to get growth from that. There we go. So that's 2 done already. Right, so next we've got Anubias mini coin. So that's classed as like an epiphyte plant, so it attaches to your wood, rock, that sort of thing. So in this one, it's in a nutrient-rich gel rather than a liquid. So we're going to rinse that off, make sure we get it all off. It's a little bit trickier to get off, to be fair. Move that out of the way. So with this plant, it actually has quite a lot of root structure to it. So when I'm prepping it to plant it, I actually do like to trim the roots away a little bit. Just the roots, not touching the rhizome. And then it means that they're not going to get in the way for when you're ready to glue. Keep trimming these off. It's good to have a pair of aquascape scissors to hand, so you can do little bits of trimming if you need to. Good quality, nice and sharp. I do have some tweezers as well, just in case I wanted to tease the roots and things if they were like kind of compact together. They're not at the moment, but I tend to do that more with like your potted plants, not necessarily your tissue cultures, so we're probably not going to need them, but definitely need scissors to hand. Right, we're going to do a stem plant now. Same sort of thing again. To be fair, they're quite small. They don't take long to grow though. You'll notice good amount of growth in probably a couple of weeks, I'd say. So same again. You can just tease those apart and keep the roots to the bottom so you know where your top is. It's one thing I did forget to mention actually. So it's good to keep these and keep your pot next to where you've prepped so you don't forget which plants are which. I do normally do that, but I did forget. Especially if you're not used to all your plant names. And that's your Rotala HRA and your Anubias mini coin. So once you're done prepping, give them a good spray down. And if you're going to be a little while, if you've got a lot of plants to prep, you can cover them in tissue, like some sort of blue roll, or most people at home have kitchen roll, so just kitchen roll will do. Give them a good spray down. And then if you forget and you get carried away with planting, it's not so bad if you forget about them for a little while and then just pop them to one side. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it was useful for you. I know a lot of you already know what you're doing when it comes to prepping plants, but we do get a lot of newbies in our store, and I know there's a few guys that probably haven't done that sort of thing before, so I'm sure it'll be useful to somebody. Cheers now, bye.